MVP. I mean, my first thought is there's no way you can go back and basically call last year's first round pick of Jordan Love, a mistake and get rid of Jordan and recommit to Aaron. But that being said, I don't think anyone expected the type of production Aaron had last year, right? If Aaron would have had another decent year, which decent for Aaron is making the playoffs and still being one of the best players on the team. But the fact that he is the MVP, I think makes the Packers the villain in this story, because how can you not give him everything you want now, right? Like, he played so well, you almost have to commit to him longer, because if you're going to get that kind of production out of him, you're going to want that, right?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, I mean, remember they drafted Jordan Love before his MVP season last year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
after a few mediocre years, they drafted a quarterback.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't pretend to understand all the nuance that goes on here. But when is this going to be resolved? I mean, are we gonna know before the end of the draft, or are we not gonna know till training camp or the beginning of the season? Like, when do you think this wraps up? When can we put this issue to bed?
Okay, that is probably the best question of our podcast yet. I was just kind of reading that exact question. Aaron Rodgers for the past 2 years have been making these really vague, passive-aggressive statements, and then when media question him on that, Aaron's response is, I don't know why you guys are reading into this. Like, I said I wanted to be here forever. Why are you reading into these comments? And now it's like, after yesterday, clearly Aaron Rodgers or his people had something to do with the way yesterday happened. So I feel like it's all out on the table. So it's time for Aaron Rodgers to publicly be direct about what he wants. If his first answer to, a media question of, hey, Aaron, tell us, what the heck was draft night about? Like, are you really demanding a trade? If he gives some tranquil BS response saying, oh, I'm above all that, I don't know what you're talking about, how could you even say something like that, which is what he's been doing for the last year or two, then honestly he's being a little wuss about the whole thing, because if you have a problem and you want out, then make it known, so it's easier for the team that you're working with to get you out of there, right? Or at least so it's clear. This passive stuff it's time for him now to be like, okay, this is what I want. This is why I want it. Packers can't deliver that. Or, maybe they can, and if they do deliver it, I'll stay, or I'll be more likely to stay, or whatever. But I think it's got to be clear cut, and maybe it is to them, right? Maybe the inside, inside the front office knows his demands, and they're just trying to come to it. But it just felt like, I've heard two theories. It felt like Aaron was trying to force a trade, or freak out the front office to pressure them into a supporting offensive member, right? Like a flashy offensive pick, because they wanted to make Aaron happy at the last second. So that's the other, kudos I would give to our front office is making the pick, A, that I wanted, but B, the one that they probably planned on, making if it fell to them, right? Not letting all the drama of the day influence their decision making.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd like to end by just a quote from Brian Gutekunst. So during his press conference, they asked him about picking a cornerback and why he feels confident about the Green Bay Packers and the Aaron Rodgers situation. And he basically was like, look, what I want fans to understand is that whatever decisions we make, we're doing it for the good of the franchise. We're doing it we're making the best decision for the Green Bay Packers. And I truly believe that that's what they're doing. And hopefully when this all shakes out, sooner, hopefully, rather than later, it will be for the best for the Green Bay Packers. It may be painful in the short term, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the long run. But Chuck, with that, we'll be back to recap the rest of the draft next week. Thank you everybody for listening. Don't forget to rate us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, and as always, go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go.